Hello everyone, I'm Cool Guy, welcome back. Today's a tip video, a way to farm the Europa gear if you want to, or if you have the chance to. There's some talking points I want to get through, but the main thing is to talk about one thing you should be doing while on Europa, while you're doing your activities to really get a lot of this gear, this Europa gear. And as you progress through the story, you unlock this Europa armor, the Crystocrene set, and the Europa weapons from Varix. The High Albedo Sidearm, Hailing Confusion Pulse, Biting Wind's Bow, Bone Crusher Shotgun, Arctic Haze Auto Rifle, the Coriolis Force Fusion, Thermal Erosion Machine Gun, and the Sub-Zero Salvo Rocket Launcher. There's some gems in here, some really good weapons, and on this channel I will be reviewing some of them in the future, but today let's talk about getting them. There are a couple outlets, could be by random drop, you can do an Empire hunt, you can go to the second page, pick a bounty, and from there it costs 30 Here Always pieces. It's going to give you a random objective for the weapon, could be kill a boss and get 40 AR kills, could be complete public events on Europa, get 50 kills with a shotgun, etc. I'm sure you've done some of these, but for me, I've only done 3 of these, but I do farm them and I'm doing okay. And with what's shown here, there's more in my vault, there's more that I've dismantled, but if you want to farm this gear, make a gaming session out of it. Yes, you pick up those bounties, yes, you do those hunts, because that's going to be a very specific avenue to the weapon that you want. But the main way I have found is using an old Destiny 1 trick, just passed down from generation to generation. No, I'm just kidding. We have been doing this for 5+ years though. Another way for this gear to drop is from the high value targets on Europa. I'm going to be talking about going left from Varix into the Cadmus Ridge. It's the first section. The high value targets spawn in 3 places, so if you were to come from Varix, hang a left, go up and get on this high point, one's gonna spawn down in front of you, right to the bottom right. 90% of the time, it spawns right there. It spawns here the most and you're gonna hear it. And you know when it's getting ready to happen because in the bottom left it says a high value target's in the area. The one that's close, you hear it. It's gonna be a brig. Now another one is gonna be in the top left. It's a brig that spawns there. You can see it drop from this vantage point, and the other high value target's actually gonna be behind you. It's the Technocrat's assistant that also counts as a high value target. These are the 3 main ones that I use. They spawn roughly every 6-10 minutes apart, sometimes 4 minutes apart, but there's another thing I'm gonna get into in a moment that can delay them. The majority of the time, these high value targets, they're gonna spawn when the heavy snowstorm comes in. Rarely it's in the in-between. I recommend a Europa weapon because those can see through the storm, specifically to see the one that spawns into the top left out there. And again, you know when they spawn because at the bottom left, a high value target has appeared. You find them, you down them, you get the loot. This is gonna be the Europa loot. Immediately you're gonna leave, go to the next loading area. If it's the one that's close to you, you go pretty much back to Varix, load in to change the area, then come right back. And with this, you're gonna be able to double dip the chest. More often than not, I found you get weapons. The armor does drop. The armor's bad though. I've never had a 60+ stat. I probably had 50 of them. They're always 51, 53, not good stats. But I do have some really good rolls on weapons. Now, this is just in this area, the Cadmus Ridge, but the high value targets spawn in every section that has enemies on Europa. And I wanted to bring this up because of how much we're actually on Europa, going up to the Risk Reborn, going to a Lost Sector to farm that. While you're doing all this, pay attention to the bottom of the screen when you're traveling. Pay attention visually if you see a high value target. Drop them, then use the ways of the old. Load into another section, come right back to double dip the chest. Now, the brig at the top, when that one comes up, if you can lure it near that cave, there's a chance to actually triple dip that chest. I haven't done it, but it looks possible because the loading zone is gonna be through that cave and coming right back. But a couple more things, every now and again, a band of roving pikes comes in. That's gonna count as an instance. So if you down a high value target, you wait 6 or 7 minutes and you see these roving pikes, you're gonna have to wait another 6 or 7 minutes for a high value target to spawn because that counts as a world spawn. But I wanted to talk about this. Again, you can do it just by traveling, but you can also just straight up farm it if you want to. Maybe a friend's like, hey, I'll be there in 15 minutes or 30 minutes. When I hear that, I go here. I farm a couple, I get 4 drops, and I go raid or PvP. I also set aside an hour last night and just chilled here, doing patrols, public events, farming these high value targets. And that's another thing. If you go for this direct farm route just to kind of hang out here, you might as well get bounties from Varix. And at the end here, I wouldn't be a true Destiny YouTuber if I didn't show off some of the rolls. We got some nice ones. I got a surplus Wellspring Pulse, firmly planted, full auto. Got a moving target Swashbuckler Bow. Got a sympathetic Arsenal Bow. Sidearm wise, Wellspring Killing Wind has been my favorite one. Threat Detector High Impact Reserves. For the auto rifle, Killing Wind Thresh, Mulligan Thresh. For the fusion, very good roll, Killing Wind 1 for all. I have Killing Wind Unrelenting, Bone Chiller, the Slug Shoddy, the perfect PvE role and the one that you should be grinding for. Triple tap with Demolitionist. This is gonna get its own video, but with that one, you're gonna triple tap out one entire magazine. You're gonna throw a grenade on the target, it's gonna refill the entire mag, and you triple tap out again. It's a fantastic shoddy. For the rocket, I got Ambitious Assassin, Chain Reaction, Machine Gun, Killing Wind, Tap the Trigger. There's so many good ones, got some good stuff in here. But I wanted to make this video, the next one's gonna be on the new Hunter Exotic Throwing Knife Gloves. They're fantastic. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. If you're looking for a new controller, I am partnered with Scuff Gaming. Use the link down below and my code COOL at checkout for a discount. They have some holiday deals going on. Now for the rest of this video, it helps me out tremendously to get it past the 8-minute mark because it helps get it in the algorithm for YouTube. I'm just gonna show a couple more runs, getting some weapons, but the video's over. But let's talk about what your favorite Europa weapons are. What roles do you have? Let's talk about it down below. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am Cool Guy.